TikTok. They are now deporting Asians. Please, y'all, stay at home. It's just not one group of people now, and it's never just been one group of people, by the way. It's not just dark-skinned people like Africans, Jamaicans, Caribbeans, and then they moved on to Latinos and Mexicans. It's now Asians, okay? You guys did a really great job marching out there. I was cheering you guys on, but I'm going to tell you like this. I don't think no one should go out there anymore. They up to some real sneaky stuff. Can't talk about it just yet. But look, stay at home, protect your families. That's it. Stay at home. I don't think it matters how much marching and talking we do. He said he was going to do what he's going to do, and he's been doing what he wants to do. No one's stopping him, and no one's going to stop him. You know why? Because they want to change. And this man claims he's making a change. He's doing something that none of the presidents ever had guts to do. And I'm saying it that way because that's how they look at it. Yeah. See, this man, I think, has lost his marbles. But there's no proof of that yet. But he's doing what he wants to do. And ain't nothing none of us can do about it. Ain't none of us safe, y'all. Stay at home. Protect your families. God bless. And keep in mind that they're monitoring stuff. So please just look. Stay close to your families. Protect your families. All right? Because there's some other little... I'll do another update. Bye.
Hey my loves, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So a lot of Asians are actually freaking out right now just because a lot of people are talking about how they might be the next target of ICE, okay, after the Latinos. You all know that Latinos have been facing deportation for a while now. So somehow Asians are looking like they might be the next, okay, with everything everyone is seeing right now. And some people are also talking about how they might be going to South Sudan if they don't send them back to their countries. I wonder why you want to send someone to another country that is not their country, and knowing fully well that this country you want to send them to is really not in the good state, okay, right now, with everything that we're seeing on the media. Well, I'm just going to let some of the clips I've gathered for you guys to roll. Then I'll come back with the commentary. But I'd love to hear what you all think about today's video in the comment section. And please consider subscribing if you have not already. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. So let's go watch. Then I'll come back with the commentary.
All right, y'all. Here's the truth. This is the truth. Honest truth, okay? Y'all should prepare to leave the United States. You should prepare financially, mentally, physically to live in another country. I go back and forth from the United States to Rwanda. Okay? It doesn't look good for America right now. Like, I'm going to give you a quick example. Airlines. There's a specific airline that is arresting people of color when they ask the status of their flight, especially when their flight has been canceled twice. Yeah. They actually will tell you, if you come to my kiosk again, I'm going to call the state police. The airport's in Logan. It's in actually Boston, but the airport name is Logan Airport. That's what's going on behind the scenes. People are getting arrested for no reason with extreme force. So this is usually not my content, but I just want to inform everyone that in order for you to leave the United States and be successful living in another country, you are going to have creativity. You're going to have adaptability. You're going to have to be flexible. I don't know if you saw my video that I was actually applying for a visa for the country of Rwanda. Thank goodness they gave it to me. But heed this advice. It is not a simple decision to make to leave the United States. I know we have all of our comfort foods, our comfort homes, our comfort air conditioners, heating. It's at our disposal. But in some countries, it's not like that. Now, one thing I can guarantee you by living in another country, especially the continent of Africa, is your freedom. That's what I'm going to guarantee you, is your freedom. Your freedom to drive a car without having to worry about getting pulled over or racial profiling. Eating fresh fruits and vegetables that are not tainted with pesticides and other chemicals that cause us to have cancer. You will have a sense of community that you never could imagine in a million years. And a sense of pride. That's what I can tell you if you decide to leave the United States. So check out Ricky Smiley's recent posts that he did on the situation that's going on in the United States.
In a new Supreme Court ruling, Donald Trump is able to deport Southeast Asian refugees to South Sudan. Back in May, 8 individuals were deported to South Sudan, and it included individuals from Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam. This is extremely alarming because South Sudan is currently experiencing the aftermath of a civil war that happened not too long ago. This is really problematic as those that are being deported to South Sudan experienced war and violence back in Myanmar, Laos, and Vietnam. Many of the Southeast Asian immigrants that are here in the United States today is because of the war, violence, and displacement they experienced back in Southeast Asia. And in general, we should not be deporting immigrants to a third country that they have no significant ties to. Overall, this Supreme Court ruling does not just impact the Southeast Asian diaspora or community, but it impacts all of us and definitely redefines and reshapes the immigration system and how it shapes deportations to occur in the future. The Trump administration has been celebrating this ruling, especially because they've been negotiating with countries to accept deportees back. For now, the ways that you can take action is I'm going to put 2 petitions down in the comments below that address the Southeast Asian diaspora. One petition urges the governments in Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam to better support deportees that are being deported from the US. And I'm going to be putting another petition that supports the Southeast Asian Relief and Responsibility Policy Platform that pushes for long-term US accountability. Beyond that, again, I want to acknowledge that this ruling does not just impact the Southeast Asian community, but other immigrant communities of color. And so I will be monitoring this situation and the rulings and how you could best take action. So definitely follow for more ways that you can get involved.
When you look at it, I think the major problem of this entire thing is not the people who do not have access to vote, but the people who have access to vote and didn't know what exactly to do with their votes, right? People who have access to, what's it called, legal stay in the country, people who are citizens of the country coming from this particular place, okay, Southeast Asians, right? And they have the ability to vote, but instead of them voting for something that will help their people, okay, they decided to vote for people or for a person who promised that there was going to be deportation and there was going to be so many things like, that was going to affect every one of them. They decided to vote for that person. And now a lot of them are actually finding out that is a whole big mistake, okay? And trust me, it's not actually making a lot of sense right now. So I'm just going to look at some of the comment section of so many people who have talked about, these people being deported to South Sudan. Like, how can you deport somebody from from the US to South Sudan? This is not where they're from, right? Why would they be deported to another country where they're not from? And it's really not making a lot of sense because so many people are actually right now scared that, we came here to seek refuge. And right now it seems that this is happening, right? So someone said, now let's be clear. I can't find anything that explains what South Sudan is getting in exchange for accepting these people. South Sudan, meanwhile, has been trying to strengthen out the visa situation where many of the migrants had their visas revoked by the US over a mistake made by the US. So this one said the question is not even whether it's not safe for those being dropped there. How is this safe for the South Sudanese people? Okay, these criminals have been in jail for the reason they are not safe to be around. Why would South Sudanese people be safe around these criminals? Like you say that these people are, so why are you taking them out of your country and sending them to another country? So that's the question this person is asking. So this one said, I don't understand how they are allowed to get away with this. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. I get it. Okay, this one is just very confused at this point. So someone said, I wish South Sudanese government gives those deportees citizenship and employment, give them enough chances to serve the army. Okay, someone now reply and say, how? People in South Sudan don't even have jobs. How can we give jobs to people in South Sudan? Because if they're coming in, they're not actually coming to do a lot because this place don't have job. Why do you think that most people from this other country are moving to this other country? People from Africa are moving to other countries just because they're looking for ways, of survival, like getting a good job or something that can help them make ends meet and send back home to take care of their families and all that. That's why it's as if as anybody's moving, because home is always better. Trust me, right? But because of one thing or the other, it could be any issues at all. It could be political. It could be just the fact that you need a good job. It could be because you want your mental health back. It could just be anything. That's why a lot of people are leaving their countries to move to other countries. Like I said, I hope they accept them willingly and send them somewhere safe, or at least take care of them way better than our country. It's such an embarrassment. Okay, so someone said, I'm honestly surprised other countries are supporting this or allowing this. Like, how are they not fighting this? We are most corrupted country in the world. Everyone can do whatever they want to do to our failure state. Wow. So this one I said is important for people with African origin to go back to those homelands and give back. Even if it's sponsoring children there for education, is wild that you wouldn't know how to handle being in your ancestral land where you have family. I speak as a South Sudanese, as a South African who lives in the country and loves it, Africa in the diaspora need to do better regarding their heritage and countries of their parents' birth. Okay? So someone said, I think this would be my last. So someone said South Sudanese lives are equally important, just like the ones of Americans. So why accept criminals in our country to endanger our lives as South Sudanese citizens? Now, this one said, this is so insane. Imagine being sent to South Sudan and you're not even South Sudanese. And that's just it. Like, why will people be sent to South Sudanese when they're actually not from that country? That's what every creator is trying to say. And these commenters are also saying, because it's really scary going to a country where you know nobody, you have never been to before, nothing concerns you with that country, and all of a sudden you find yourself in that country. It can really be depressing, okay, for some of these people who will be sent there, okay, if at all they're being sent there. I don't know what the agreement is or if this is going to happen or not, but I just hope that people are not being sent there. Well, let me know what you all think in the comment section. Let's have that conversation in the comment section, okay? Anyway, thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing if you have not already, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. I look forward to seeing you all on my next video. Thank you so much guys. Bye.